Hey there, hey everybody.
Hey,
Girl, Miss Trina, and then it's that lady over there, Latricia.
hey, y'all. What's going on, Miss
I like
Trina?
that painting back there.
You see my photo?
I do. I like that.
Thank you.
I
I was
like
like, let
that.
me change it up today.
Yes. You
Mhm.
got your little earrings on. How was Italy, girlfriend?
Oh my God, we had a spectacular time.
That sounds good.
Yeah, so very educational.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in a small city called Cosenza. It's in southern Italy.
Uh-huh.
And my God, it was just magnificent. We went to several museums. Actually, we were there for some Masonic conference,
Okay, okay.
and we actually visited the Pope's castle that he no longer lives in. I think it was the last Pope. So yes, I have to share the photos with you.
You do. You said museums. I love museums. And while we be talking about love unscripted, it was all I would, how men ask you, what you like to do, da 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 da.
Hmm.
And I've always mentioned the museum.
Yeah,
And up
I'll
until
tell.
recently, people was lying, saying they like the museum.
Girl, I love
I found
museums.
somebody that do like museums though, so that's great. But I love a museum.
Yeah, I love museums. I love plays.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Operas. I'm like one of those that even love. I love operas as well. So.
I went to see long time ago. I've been since then, but when I was a little girl, I went to see the Nutcracker. And
Oh,
you know what I fell in love with, and
what?
out of the whole thing, the costumes.
Right. Yeah.
So beautiful, the beautiful. And I still, so when I went maybe 2 years ago, I went again, and same thing. I remembered being a kid, seeing it, and
Uh-huh.
saying, "Oh my God, these are some beautiful." I don't know, they're just beautiful.
Yeah, I like the way that they transform the stage
Yes, yeah,
into something that is believable,
uh huh, uh huh,
very expressive and
yeah,
creative. Mhm.
yeah.
But I will tell you this, it is true that the Italians will serve wine with every meal. There was
What?
wine at our table for lunch, dinner, every time we sat down. Wine, pasta, and pork.
Pork?
Pork, yes.
Huh.
I was like, there was not one cow in sight. We had no beef.
That would have bothered. I like a pork chop, but I need
Well,
my
we did
beef.
at one restaurant that we ate at, we did have a pork chops. Can you believe that? And it's a different that I actually researched this. They feed their porks differently than we feed our porks. Oh, I mean our pigs over here in the United States. So they actually feed their porks grain and healthy items, food
Uh huh.
items, whereas we feed them slop. So I think the effect on our bodies is different. Well, I don't think I
Yeah,
know. Because
yeah.
I didn't get a headache. I wasn't swollen, any of that. I didn't gain any weight
Okay.
between the wine and the pork and the pasta. Fresh pasta daily. It was great. I mean, we had a great time. The people were very friendly, you know.
Yeah.
So there were not a lot of stop signs while we were driving.
That's like Mexico. Well,
Right.
no, Mexico have them, but the taxi drivers just ignore them.
Yeah. Well, there's no stop signs and a lot of roundabouts.
Really? Well,
Yes.
yeah. I
Hmm.
hope to go there one day.
And maybe,
I have a lot of catching up to do on my travel.
yeah, we'll have to plan a trip maybe next year.
Yeah, I'll be ready. So we just to get right into it, ma'am.
Let's do it.
Um. So let's start right here because clingy. can be cute until it's not okay.
Mm.
So, what is too clingy in a relationship? And what signs cross the line from sweet to smothering?
Mm. Well, I kind of think that depends on the couple,
Mm-hmm.
because some couples are holding hands even after 20 years.
Yeah, that's cute though.
Yeah. And then you have some that never hold hands.
That would be me. That would be me.
A
I'm not
hand
a hand
holder. I'm
holder.
like, hold my hand when we crossing the street.
I'm not a hand holder. And well, okay, if a man was to grab, walk me and didn't grab my hand, I would be cool with it. But it's not something that I'm real comfortable with. I would
Yeah.
like to be, because I see little couples doing their little things. I would like to do that. Now I am a toucher. So like if I'm
Meaning.
sitting by you, I will touch your leg. I
Mm-hmm.
touch shoulders a little bit. I'm a toucher more so than really walking down the street holding hands.
Girl, I love walking hands. I'm a toucher, touchy feely. Um, I don't have to be.
Right.
I enjoy it.
Uh-huh.
And you say what is too much? I think too much is like when it gets to the point to where everybody around you is kind of like annoyed. Like y'all doing too much. Yeah. But then I mean, as a couple, are you really
Are you really,
you
if you're a couple and that's what you like to be, I have a friend, she really likes to be with her man like all the time. Like that's what she wants. She wants, after work, she wants to go to his house or him to come to her. That's what she enjoys. Me, I like to be with someone a lot, but not too much. And what I've learned recently, how amazing it feels to have even more space than what I had before. You know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? It's a good thing because you do have 3 or 4 days in between to miss them. And
Right.
it's like a new time all over. You know what I mean? Like a new time. Now we ain't going no 7 days.
Without
Ain't no
seeing each
problem.
other.
Yeah, we ain't going
Yeah.
7 days. Remember you asked me, we were talking about this a while back on one of the shows, and we talked about 2 days and a possible. I love that. I
Yeah,
love
2 days and a
2 days and a
possible.
possible. I'm good with that. But yeah, but I wasn't see, that's what I call clingy though. When you just can't, you just too much. Like you calling, you hugging, you touching, you want me like I have never experienced that though, to be honest, but I know that would bother me. So what it does in the opposite, it makes me fear being too clingy. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah,
But if
I
you
try
don't
to be a
know,
little spacey. Uh-huh.
if you've never experienced it, then you really don't know. You know what I'm saying? You're just
Mhm.
basing it off of what you see from others
Or
or
what I've heard men say sometimes that
right,
they broke up
right.
with somewhere. They was just too clingy. They never gave me any space to breathe. And
Girl,
so
just because they had some other stuff going on. What man, come on now, as sensual as men are, what man is like, I don't want her
now
all over you?
I don't know, Trish. I think that there are some men who do like having some of their time to themselves. You
Yeah, some
know,
of them do, but not a whole. They don't want
but
a
not
whole bunch because they trying to figure out what you're doing.
I know, country boy, because I can't get back into my stream yard with you, country boy. Because I'm talking to Louisiana country boy. He said I had him confused. Yes, country boy, I can't get back into my account with you. We got to figure it out.
He trying to get in.
No, I started this one so I wouldn't take so much of his space.
Mm.
And so, but Jarvis and I was supposed to be on that platform, and I couldn't get back in.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But anyway, no, I'm not getting on that call. What am I trying to say? So, is there such thing as too clingy then?
I just kind of think it depends on the couple.
The couple and
Yeah,
what
and
they want.
if clingy doesn't work for your relationship, then that's too much. But if clingy works for your relationship, then it's just right.
And
And only you and your partner get to define what works for your relationship.
yes, and I was going to say that too. Now, your partner will probably tell you.
Right.
Well, let me say that too. That's another thing, though. I will say a negative on men. They're not good at saying that. They'll rather just roll out, ghost you, leave, or just break up with you, and not tell you, hey, I really and I really enjoy being with you, but can we have a little space? But then again, the problem with that is women would probably be like, oh, so you don't want to be with me no more, and that.
Right. And it kind of depends on how you start out. Because if you start out all clingy and all of a sudden he didn't want clingy, then of course the female is gonna be like, okay, now 3 months ago you wanted clingy. Like, now
Yeah,
who are you? Who's the
yeah,
real person? You
yes.
know, are
Is
you
this one your
clingy or are you not?
representative?
Are you clingy or are you not?
Are you not? I agree with you that it depends on the couple. But I since I've heard male friends say that about the clinginess thing, I'm always afraid. Like you and I had a conversation this morning about something,
Hmm.
and that was my fear. Like, dang, do I wait because this person not feeling good, or do I? I don't want to be clingy. I don't want to be on their nerve because sometimes people just need. They sick. They just want to be sick by themselves. But then again, on my other, so it'd be both of my overthinking. This one
Right.
was saying, "Oh, I need to check on them," but this one was saying, "Yeah, but he might need some rest." So just let
Right.
it go. So anyway,
Just let
so
it go.
it's just all about the couple. I agree.
Yeah,
Um,
it's all about the couple.
on the flip side of that, because everybody does not want you up under them all the time. When do you know it's time to back off and give your partner space? And how much space is healthy?
I think that's depending upon the energy. I kind of feel like you can feel the energy. You know what I'm saying? If you getting all up under them and they scooting to the right or scooting to, then you like, let me get this man some
Get his
space.
man some space because he look
Right,
like
right. But I guarantee you, if you got on the right smelling perfume,
the right
right,
smelling perfume.
the right smelling perfume and the right little outfit, they not gonna push you
Okay.
away. Okay.
Okay. I like
Mhm.
that. Hold on.
Yeah, you
My
got on the
man's
right.
still here.
Yeah, if you got on the right smelling perfume, then they gonna want to sniff it.
That and amongst other things.
Exactly. That's my point. So yeah, I've seen couples that have been together 20 years, 15 years, and they are still holding hands. They still talk to each other. Like,
Lord, country boy stupid.
what did he say? He said that was before I got you.
That meant that he was clingy, but now I got you. I don't need to be clingy no more. And
Exactly.
that's
And
the
that's the
thing.
point that I was trying. That's the point
Yeah.
that I'm trying. Is he trying to get on?
No. He
Oh,
just
okay.
talking to the thing.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Because
that's
if
true.
I was in our other one, he could jump on, and he
Mhm.
said, you know when to say when.
Right.
But again, I think a little differently sometimes than other women when it comes to that. Because I think like some women, some of these women that I know be like, oh, well, why you want, not because of what you said, just in general. Oh, so you don't want me by you? Or
Mhm.
I'm too clingy. You want some space. Oh, so I just need to go home. I forget you, block you for a couple of weeks to keep it moving. That's some women would do that.
Right. Because some women want a man that they can be under.
Yeah.
And that just might not be the man for you. If you clingy and he not,
You're
then you
not
might need to find somebody that is clingy.
that part. Or
Or they
and
need to
because
find you.
I'm not a touchy, well, let me not say I'm not touchy feeling. When I say that, I mean I'm not a holding hands type person. Like, especially out in public, I think I'm not that person. I would, I guess, if someone did, like when y'all were in Italy, of course, girl, I'll be holding hands, swinging hands, and all up in Italy. I sure would. I'd be touchy, feel it in.
So you got to go out of the country to be touchy.
I guess. But I do like when we're sitting at a table, I'm sitting at a table with somebody or I'm in their space, I do touch
Right.
that.
Yeah.
But like holding hands, what's that? Public display of affection? I guess it's not
Yeah.
one of
You
them.
know, we learned in high school, middle school, no PDA, no PDA.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So it
So
might just be something that's programmed because I
that's
want to
true.
say, maybe we are innately um touchy-feely, or driven to like energy. So you want to be, and it's that male female, because I mean, even when you have kids, most parents kiss on their kids, hug on their kids, even males. So you get kind of, if you're groomed like that,
Right.
then it is something that
And that's what I feel
you
bad about.
prefer.
Me and my kids, they grown, but like we never. I'm sure when they were babies, I was kissing them, but as they grew older, I don't think we did a lot of. Because I know for me growing up, it wasn't a lot of. We love each other, but it wasn't no like. It would be awkward for me to go hug my sister right now. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
But we didn't
yeah.
grow up like that too much.
Yeah, we still hug and kiss each other in
We
my
should.
family
We
when
really.
when as a greeting.
Yeah.
Now, I am not the type of babying mom. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, man up, and I got 3 daughters. I mean, for me,
Yeah.
because I feel like if you're equipping them for this world,
Yeah.
then they have to know how to not take everything
Personal.
personally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um. Can a relationship survive without trust? And if trust is broken, what does the real rebuilding look like? That's a good one.
Ooh, I say a relation. Now, it kind of depends on what type of relationship you're talking about.
We're
Have I
talking
been
about a
in
real relationship, not a situationship, a
I,
relationship.
I think you can be in a relationship without trust, depending on the purpose of that relationship. Because you can be with a husband that you don't trust, because at the end of the day, you know what? Forget that. We got these kids we trying to raise. Go on, do whatever you gotta do. Make sure these bills are paid. Make sure these kids, you make breakfast for our children in the morning and go to work. Because at the end of the day, time changes everything. So
Mm.
we might have trusted each other the first 5 years. Something happens, we go 3 years without trust, and then again we may start trusting each other again. So
And
I
that's on
think
the
it,
part about the rebuilding.
yeah. So I think it depends on the mindset
Mm-hmm.
and what your actual goal is.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And um because I'm just saying, I'm scratching my head, because at the end of the day, who are we really supposed to be trusting?
Each other.
Well, that's what we say, but I think we really supposed to be trusting God and trusting the journey more than putting trust in the person.
Well, I
Because
feel that we have to have some type of trust within us. Like, I can't you have you all out here in these streets, and I'm just sitting home trusting that I
well, it ain't no
I think
trust if
you have to have some type of trust.
you gotta trust that they doing whatever the hell they doing in them streets.
Well, I guess I'm saying, like, I want to be able to trust that you go out there and I don't have to be bothered. You know,
Well,
I
I
know
mean,
that you're going to go out and do what you're supposed to do and respect me and the home and whatever.
yeah.
Because if you don't and it's found out, I don't care what anybody says. I think that's a hard rebuild. It can happen. I've seen it happen. But once
Yeah,
it
I mean,
happens, you're going to always wonder, is he out
mhm,
there or she out there doing this again? You're gonna always wonder.
yeah.
And I don't want to be stressed out with that.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
some women don't care,
some don't.
depending on how they were groomed
Mm-hmm.
and what they feel the purpose of their man is.
Or their self-esteem.
Or, well, you can have high self-esteem because you work with people you don't trust every day.
No, no, no. What I mean, sometimes women don't care what they do because they feel that that's all they can get. Is what I'm saying. There are some
Yeah,
women.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha. Okay,
that's
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I
I
know
mean,
some, and they feel like I actually had a friend like there's no way she should have trusted this particular person after some things over and over and over. But then she said to me, and it just broke my heart that I've tried all kinds of men. I've dated so many people. Now I have some of that really acts like he likes me. Which of course in my mind I'm like, does he though? But he did some things that were nice. And she felt, wow, this is this is it. This is what I'm gonna try to make work because none of them other ones they did this and they didn't do this. He does at least does this. You know what I mean?
Right. And again, I had my neighbor tell me, pick a man because all of them are going to do something.
Are they?
One might drink, one might get do alcohol but don't
Yeah.
cheat. One might cheat but he paid the bills. You might get one on drugs that don't pay the bills. So
Yeah.
I think it depends on your tolerance level and whether or not you really feel like you need a man. And I'm going back to this. What do you feel like that man's purpose is in your life? You get what I'm saying? Because
Uh-huh.
I think it's different. If you're raising children together, and you may have been you're raising children together, then some women shift to his whole purpose is to help me raise these kids. I am not raising these kids alone
Right.
in this house by myself. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? While he goes out and has a whole nother family.
Yeah.
And then you have somebody else that's like, nah, he can't cheat because that's not something I can deal with. So
Or something
it,
you don't want to deal with.
it's something you don't want to deal with. It says, and you have to remember that they are not thinking about you when they doing them. Well, they may or may not be thinking about you. You get what
Are
I'm
people
saying?
really sorry for what they're doing? Or are they sorry that you found out?
Mm, well, yeah. It's that cheating is ego driven.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just kind of feel like there's so many of them out there cheating, and you have to wonder, Lord, you made the men like that, and you
You get a
made.
cheater that's paying bills.
And then some women be like, I don't care, he can go cheat because I don't like the sex no way.
I heard, you go do what I don't want to do.
Right. And you just make sure you come home and eat dinner. Because that's what some men do. Come home, eat dinner, and then they
And
go
hit the
out.
road.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And or they wait till the kids go to bed and they go out or whatever. So we back to it again. It's a couple's preference.
Couple's preference.
Because you have
Um,
some women that are like, oh, I know he cheat. He just better not let me find out about it.
yeah, and see, I can't.
And
That can't be me.
right. And then you have some that don't ask any questions when they out. They come home. They not asking them any questions.
Yep.
Yeah, they look around. Well, I got a nice house. I got a nice car.
Yes, and I don't
He
want to lose all
he
that.
puts get. I don't have to put gas in my car.
Mhm.
Or
But he got
I'm ha-
17 women.
huh?
He got 17 other women though. But I guess because some people I've heard that they would say, well, you know what? But I'm because I tell people that I, whatever, that keep in mind, boo, I don't care how much he with you, how much he got this person over here that is his wife or she got her husband. And they not, if they was gonna break up, they would be broke up.
Right. And the wife might be cheating and the husband might be cheating.
And there you go.
That's my point. So it's your level of tolerance.
Y'all got too much invested in businesses, properties, and all that. I ain't spending all that. Let's just do what we do. We got to understand it. As long as we land in this space.
Right.
And all the bills paid and we keeping our businesses going. So I'm
right.
like
And you
that.
just
Now,
you just
let
hope.
me make a disclaimer because I just said it like I was talking about me. I ain't saying that. All y'all out there, I ain't saying that. Because no.
You talk about them other couples.
But them other folks out there. Them other 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
It's a lot more than 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. I'm telling you. This new generation is like, oh, she could come on in here and move in and help me keep this damn house. You get
Okay,
what?
well, on that note, what do you think about bringing a third or fourth party into your bedroom? You hear a lot about that nowadays.
I don't know that works. I've
don't
not
either.
had that type of relationship.
Right.
Some of the, like I said, these young people, they do it. I
They do
mean,
it a
they
lot.
have. When I went to Africa, I experienced it. But the difference is in Africa, the first wife gets to decide whether or not the second or the third wife comes in. and they base it more on economics and building their legacy.
Got it.
So the first wife gets to say yay or nay. Now I don't know that the three of them are sleeping together. They may have different bedrooms,
Days.
but they definitely lived in the on the same compound. And the children call both moms
Mama.
mama.
Wow. Hi Terry, how you doing?
hmm He said, now it takes two to tango. I don't know what airport that airplane going to land on. Not here. Right. Exactly. But I mean, it happens. You see it in
I
other
watch divorce
cultures all the time.
all the time. I watch Divorce Court all the time. The
You watch
updated
what?
one. Divorce Court. That's my
Mhm.
show. And if I tell you somebody always had a threesome. And I'm like some of the and they go for it, right? Which I have heard so many stories just here, right here, people I know that have done that, and it ends up being people start meeting up without the other one. That would be an issue for me. But
Right.
on divorce court, it happens all the time. Or I'm not a jealous person, but I'm jealous. If that makes sense.
Right.
I wouldn't
You
be able.
you
I just said, well, wait a minute. I don't think I got as many kisses, not enough on my neck. Wait, no, wait, hold on. How long you been over there? No, so no.
now see that would be me.
I'm
I'd be like
greedy.
you
So
rubbed her leg one too many
you
times.
rubbed the leg too many times.
Right.
Come back
hmm
over here.
Right.
No, I
Right.
couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
That would be
Um,
me.
so do opposites really attract? Like, or do you need to have more in common to make it work?
I think it's more common. I think you're attracted to people that you are attracted to. They say opposites attract, the male and the female, the yin and the
Mm-hmm.
yang. Even with the yin and the yang, you have to have some commonality. You have to have some things that or something that you share that's common, whether it's childhood trauma
Mm-hmm.
or psychological trauma. There's something that you have alike that keeps attracting the two
Yeah,
of you. Birds of a feather flock together. You get what I'm saying? So is it birds of a feather uh,
lock
flock
together.
together, or is it opposites attract? Which one?
That's true. That is. I never thought about that, Trish. For me, I think it's a myth to a certain extent. Opposite attracts. I don't think I look for someone, especially at my age now, at a real age, well, real grown. I want someone that likes to do that have some of the same similarities to me, but also have some of the same things that I like to do that they like to do.
Yeah, I
Now
think
we could have some extra things that we've never tried, or maybe you thought you didn't like it, so we can pull those things together to try those things. That would be the only part for me. But like I enjoy the museum, like we talked about earlier. I like museums. I met several people that said, "Oh, I like museums too." I ain't never went to a museum. Yes. And the whole time you was
how
with them,
how you like museums and we
huh?
never went. I said so. The question is, how do you like museums and you've never gone to a
Well, no,
museum?
I don't mean that the never one. When they told me when they was the ones that I said that to, when they say, "Oh, I like museums too," is what I'm saying. I don't know they haven't been, but what I meant was during the relationship, we never went to a museum.
Right.
We
So
never
that's my
asked,
point. So
"When we
how do you
going?"
like museums and we've
Oh,
never gone?
we never gone. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And so meeting someone that likes museum and actually does it
Right.
and
Right.
goes to museum, or
Right.
saying, "Oh, you know what? This kind of food I like," and they actually do it. I don't
Right.
want to just see you in the nighttime and they
Right.
actually fix it. Those kinds of things.
Right. I think you have to have too, maybe the same work ethic, maybe the same mental capacity. Um,
Well, they got to deal with my tardiness, so
and you know what? You might find somebody that is is never tardy. So you have to have a happy medium. You get, and so I think we as to build or a couple that is going to grow, you have to have something
Yes, in
that can
common.
you bring to the table.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Mm.
Well, not met. I knew it's a friend of mine. He was saying that we were talking about that one day. And he says, women tend to say what you gonna bring to the table. His thing is what we bring to the table, and I agree with that. What we
Well,
bring. I don't. Why I got to bring everything.
right. Well, for me as a woman, it's like I'm bringing me.
No, ma'am. No,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I'm bringing my gifts, my talents. You get what I'm saying? I'm bringing me, whatever that is. If it's my love, my peace,
Mhm.
you know. And I mean, it's gonna be some coins, but at the end of the day, I feel like as a woman, I have whatever it is in me that's gonna help you be a better man.
But what about him helping you be a better woman?
And him, yeah, right. He needs to help me be a better woman.
So
However he does that.
what I discovered about 2 weeks ago, I was in a conversation with my friend, and we were saying, I was like, I think I know why a lot of things I think differently than other women think. I think it has something to do with being raised by my dad.
Oh yeah. Because you were raised by a man.
And I think that's
Right,
why
right.
some things to me be a little different. And I literally just popped in my head 2 weeks ago. We were having a conversation, and I was saying things, and I be thinking, I don't want him to think that I'm just saying this to agree, because no, I like really think like this. And that's when it came up. I was like, I think it's because I was raised by a man.
So you actually lived in the house with your dad.
I mean,
So
I was 12, but that's
but
still.
still, that's like the perfect time. That's when you're really coming to know yourself or
I
whatever.
remember him telling me, always keep your toes done, because the first thing a man look at is your toes. So my toes are usually
Right.
almost always done.
Yeah. So your dad did everything for you and he showed you what a man is capable of doing for a female.
He didn't do those things often, but he told me, like he taught me those things, and say this is what men look at,
Right.
like whatever.
So
And then even
was it you and him or was it you, him, and another woman?
no other woman lived there. My sister was there often, but when I was I guess I was in high school. We actually, it's so funny. My mom lived in this apartment complex here. My mom and sister lived here, and when you could cross over the park lot, we lived right here.
You and your daddy.
Uh-huh. But we
So
lived in a. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
so he made your breakfast.
He made dinner.
He made your dinner, but as far as you know, he paid the bills.
Oh
He
yeah, paid
secured
the bills. Yeah,
yeah, he secured your home. You
yes.
get what I'm
Taught me
saying?
how
He
to
made
drive.
sure you had right. He made sure you had toothpaste, you took a bath or whatever. You
Right.
get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So in that, and again, it just like it was like an aha moment when I was sitting there having this conversation. It was like, that is answers why I think a little bit differently about certain things. And yeah, in all these years. And what did you say, Donnie Lewis? Common attracted, however opposed, exposed the place we need to grow.
That's true. So what he's saying is we are attracted by what we have in common, but whatever we have that's going on opposite
Uh-huh.
helps us understand what we
Yes.
don't have.
Okay. Gotcha.
And so that person can actually help you grow. Like I'll
Yeah.
say for my guy,
Mm-hmm.
you know me, I kind of ignore
You
the
do.
negative energy.
Mm-hmm.
But what he's taught me is you have to have hard conversations.
Yeah.
You have to not be afraid of the hard conversations.
Yeah.
Like have it.
Yeah.
And the one when you have it, you're like the first time you have it
It's gonna be
and
like
you
a
have
refresh.
never had it, you're like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, you've seen me. Now I'm like, okay, let's talk about it. And it's not let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Let's manage this
Yes.
right now.
So we can move forward.
Right. In a
Yeah.
positive, let's shift the energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I in my job that I do now, it's something I don't like to do. I have to prepare for the teleconference, but I have to have them. I have to have them, one, to save people's jobs, but two, when it's time, I have to say, you know what, I've given you this rope and you didn't hung yourself and you got the roll. But it's when you have people, especially young people, you do want to help coach them through. I don't believe in just saying, okay, she ain't doing a good job, go. So I've had to learn to face it with this music industry, having to say, I'm so sorry, went over my budget. I know I said you're gonna be on the show, but you can't. But those difficult conversations, like I've had to learn in this that I have to do it. But what I find is once you do it, it's like got that
And
over
guess
with.
what? And people appreciate you better.
Yeah, and
And
a
they
little
get
bit of respect.
right, right.
Mhm.
They give you will get the respect, especially if you when you're in leadership roles.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's get personal for a moment.
Okay.
This is what I used to struggle with. How important is me time in a relationship? And how do you ask for it without making your partner feel rejected? Now, I'm just the opposite, but we talked about this earlier, kind of.
Me time is very important. You
Mm-hmm.
know that. Well, and me time helps you reload, rejuvenate, helps you self-reflect. I mean, it's your time to go take care of yourself after taking care of your house, your man, your children, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But me time is very important. Now, how you get it, that's dependent upon you and your relationship. You might just get it let's just say if you I mean while he goes to a football game or a baseball
Right.
game or however you get it, it's important that you actually get it. Find a way, you map it out. Is there any right way to get it?
Mm-hmm.
No, you just have to decide, I need my me time, and you have to figure out for yourself how and when you're going to get it.
Yeah.
I hey, I will get my me time. I take it. And
Yeah.
I don't always have to verbalize it. It may be, oh,
Mhm.
I'm going to go get my nails done. I'm going to go
Yeah.
get a pedicure. I'm going to take a nap.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I'm going shopping by myself.
With a quote around by myself.
Right, right, right.
So I'm just the opposite. Someone did tell me, but they told me well, I think I've matured. And because I am trying to accept things differently now, and I'm matured and I know what I'm looking for in life. And so someone said it to me, recently, and they said it very it was a mature way to say it, pretty much, oh, I do enjoy my me time, but we're gonna, you know, make it work, make it balance, whatever. But I admire that somebody just telling me. That way I don't have to be wondering. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Right, right, right,
have
right. Yeah,
to
I'm gonna take
wonder.
this time for myself. That's what I'm saying. You have to
Right.
figure out
Yeah.
how
Now
to get it
it
out.
helped me to realize that I like this. I
Right.
like that I don't have to be worried about trying to fix my schedule because I got to make sure I'm keep that person together. Because now, okay, he likes this, so I can still do my things, in my own time. And kind of what me and you talked about too, making sure that you do keep your life. Because I remember uh, before I got married to my kid's father, he I had to give away all my friends when we were dating. All my friends gave them all up. Didn't want to have nothing to do with my friends. I was good. Threw them all away. I was young, so I had matured.
Okay.
Threw them all away. And then one day he said to me, Trina, like, I want to go hang out with my friends today. I was devastated. Like, what?
How you gonna hang
You
out with
know
your
what I mean?
friends
With
and I
you.
done gave up all my friends? Right.
And that was probably an aha moment for me to never do that. Never. And then of course I did it some years down the line with someone, but I wasn't giving my friends because I don't have that many with this time. But this time I gave up what I love to do. I gave
Right.
up doing my events and all that stuff. I gave all that up, and that's something I said I would never do again. But in this situation that I'm in now, I still have time to do my events and still do that because he doesn't need me just there all the time.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I always say, and I believe that if you don't take care of yourself,
Yeah.
then you're not going to have the energy or you're not going to even be alive to take care of those around you. So
Mhm.
you have to take care of
Love
yourself
yourself.
and you have to feel good about yourself.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you can't feel good about the relationship.
Right.
So you have to
And
do
you'll
whatever.
start rebelling against it too.
Exactly. I mean,
Mhm.
I know one time, I was like, I have to take this time in order for us to have a healthy relationship.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Mhm.
sometimes you may even have to verbalize this
Yeah.
because they may be gone all week. And then let's just say they're gone Monday through Saturday. So then on Sunday, they're expecting you to be at home. But it's like, well, today was just because you've been gone all day or all week does not mean that I'm available on Sunday. Catch you next week.
Now I will say this too. I do, and I do believe this that they say don't always be available.
Right. Right.
Child, I still be having a struggle with that, but but because you like somebody, so it's like, well, oh, they say let's go. Okay, I'm canceling. I'm over here because
Oh yeah. See, I'm
I'm
not
better with it
canceling.
now, though. But
Yeah.
because you like that person, especially when you don't see in the office, you want to do it. But no, sometimes it's got to be a no because it can't always be on your time. It's got to be on my
Right.
time too sometimes.
Right. They have their schedule. You have your schedule,
Yeah.
and there will be weeks
No, it ain't gonna be
where
no.
your schedules do not line up, and
Yeah.
you got to be okay with that. And the other part of that is too, you got to realize, is this a journey or is it right now? Like this
We ain't
relationship.
having no weeks. We ain't having 7 days.
Well, you will. You will.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will,
Oh, I'm
huh?
going on a Cupid cruise, so I guess that's gonna be that's going.
But you get what but it's a journey. If you plan on being with this person a lifetime, you cannot think about this. There's 365 days out of the year, right?
Mhm.
And let's just say 10 years. That's 3,650 days. What
It's
is it for us
mathematician.
to be gone from each other 7 of those?
I guess you could see it that way.
That's how you have to look at it. Like if this 7 days ruin our relationship, come on now.
I know, but you'll miss them.
Well, I mean yeah, you do. You do. But you have to control that because that's something that you're rehearsing in your mind.
Yeah,
You have to control that because those are thoughts.
yeah,
And you have to wonder, what is it about me that makes me have to be with this person all the time?
because I like them.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, you like them.
I'm teasing, but no, I'm being almost forced, but I like it. I'm being forced to look at things differently, if that makes sense,
Right.
and seeing things differently, and I actually really like it.
Yeah.
Sometimes me time is actually them time, but they say me time so that they don't have to give you your time.
Sometimes me time is actually them time, meaning the time together, but they say me time so they don't have to give you your time.
I
Hmm.
don't believe that country boy. I'm sorry.
You don't
No,
believe that? You don't
no,
believe
no,
that?
no. Okay. Um,
So do you
so
feel like me time is important, right?
oh, absolutely. I do.
Okay.
I didn't used to. I think me time before, but I used to separate it when it came to. I just didn't think about it like we're still talking about it now. Like I would think that. Um,
If
I
they
don't know.
more
Me time when I go out and hang out or do some be at home. I didn't. Okay, let me be real honest. I didn't like me time. I didn't like being alone.
yeah, because
Now
you
that
had
my daughters have moved on with their life, I've had to learn it. And I do like it. I love to lay on my couch. Believe it or not, people be always saying, "Oh, you gone, you gone, you gone." Latricia, how often have you called me and I'm right here?
right. Yeah,
How
you
often have you
want
called me? You said, "Let's go." I don't feel like going last night.
right.
No
And
more
you
tonight.
right.
And I
And you
love laying on my couch.
right. I'm the same way. I'll go, and I'll be like, I ain't going nowhere.
Right. Oh yeah, you
Like
sure
last
did.
week, I went absolutely nowhere
Yeah.
from the time that I got back to Houston until Saturday, I was in, and I had plans to go out on Saturday night to a birthday party. It started pouring down, raining.
Oh, you didn't go?
I didn't go. Because it started pouring
Right.
down,
Yeah.
and once it started pouring down, I was like,
forget it. Yeah.
and then I think it stopped,
It did. It did.
and I was
Remember, I
over
was
it.
gonna go to that festival, and I didn't go because it was supposed to rain, and it started drizzling when we left. And so, but I promised to work at the Chicago Bar and Grill, and so I did go there. But yeah.
But for me, if I know I have a busy week, there
Mhm.
is always a day where I'm like, I'm just gonna be at home.
Still gonna be at home. Mondays is that night for me, but I have my podcast with the Real Conversation with the Country Boy. But that is a day I do come home. But be honest with you, just like somebody asked me about going somewhere tomorrow, and I'm like, Yvette. And I was like, right now, Wednesday ain't looking like I'm going nowhere.
Right. Yeah, I'll be in tomorrow, which is Wednesday.
Mhm.
And then on Thursday, I'll probably go out. And then I'm going to stay in on Friday.
So here's something. Let me do one more series, then we'll go to something funny. When your partner says, I'm fine, do you leave it alone or do you dig deeper? And how do you not catch an attitude doing it? Now, I don't have that issue. I ain't going to catch no attitude because you say I'm fine. I may ask you, and I'm working on that too, because I tend to ask people several times, you all right? You sure? You sure? I've learned that that's annoying. but how do you deal with that? If you ask them, hey, you okay? And they say, I'm fine.
Then I have to trust that you're saying you're fine.
Yeah.
Because I did date a guy where I was like, oh, you fine, you're fine, you're fine. If I said I'm fine, I'm fine.
Yeah,
I said, you know what? Guess what? You know what? You're right. And then the statement after that was, if I have something or I need something, I am an adult. I know how to ask for what I need. So let people be fine, especially at this age. Even teenagers. Didn't you go through that with your teenagers to where they just didn't want to have anything to do with you? So I learned it from right. I learned it from my teenagers. But the minute they needed something, they came out of that room, off the phone, off the TV, and was like, I need you to take me here. Oh, I need this for my book report. You hear what I'm saying? And as a mom, you like, oh, now you need me. But you have to go out and get whatever it is that they need. So
I would
it's
say
the same.
poster board because that was mine. My kids was always, oh, I forgot to tell you, 10 o'clock at night. I was supposed to have a poster board for tomorrow morning.
Right. Well, my children knew that once we got in at 7,
that was it.
You can do that while we were out driving around. While I was picking them up from school. So I always made sure that I picked them up.
Yeah.
Because for that reason. Because once I got in the house,
you wasn't going back.
That was it. And we didn't have Amazon and DoorDash and all of that. So, but they already knew once I got in, that was it. You better use whatever we got in this house.
Right.
But as long as we were out, I was good. Yeah. And I'm like this now. If I ask my guy, do you want this? And he says, no, I don't want that. I let it go. Although that's something I may feel like I want you to have. But the fact that you said you didn't want it, I'm going to respect that. Because here's the situation. If someone asks you for a slice of cake, right? And you bring them the entire cake, and they take that slice from that whole cake and then throw the rest in the trash, you're going to be mad. But really, you cannot be mad because they didn't ask you for the whole cake. Right. All they asked you for was a slice of it. Right.
You want the whole cake.
Right. But all I asked you for was a slice.
Yep. We do what we want to do. So now, again, for me, how I've handled it in the past would be different than how I will handle it now. If someone says I'm fine, I may ask one extra time and then like, are you sure? And then I will leave it alone because I have learned that people mean that, or
Right.
either they mean they're fine, or they mean I don't need nothing. I'm fine. Whatever I'm going through, I got it.
And
Until they
guess what?
say to me,
We experienced this last week. If somebody's not fine, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna blurt it out.
show it in body language.
Right. They're going to say, if you say, how are you? Well, da, 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 if they want to share it with you,
Yeah, yeah, that's
and if
true.
they truly want to share it with you, they're gonna blurt it out. Oh, I'm so glad you called because I'm having a meltdown.
Yep, yep, yep. Okay, so let's take a little break from the deep stuff. Now,
You don't want
if
to be
your
deep
partner,
no more. You
if
don't
your
want to be
partner,
deep no more.
if your partner is a loud chewer, are you obligated to love them through it, or is it grounds for a separate dinner table? That's dumb.
If my partner is allowed to, girl, that is so hard because it's like, how do you tell this person you smacking? How do you tell this person to cover your mouth? I battle. I mean, sometimes you just gotta tell them.
So
You know,
and some men are not good at taking it on. Because I told someone who I thought was a really good friend of mine not too long ago, and he ain't spoke to me since. But I was trying to tell him about saying female. I was trying to tell him when to use the word female. A lot of people use female and male in the wrong way, right? And I was trying to tell him, and I thought we was good like that. Like I say that, girl, that boy is so mad at me. That man is so mad at me. I should just keep my mouth shut. It's why I do certain things. But we were really cool, and
how do you misuse female? I can see girl because I'm like, you don't call a grown
well,
woman a girl.
female is a gender. One of them is a gender, or you have to say lady, or you don't say this like they be on divorce court. Do it all the time. I have to explain it to you later offline, but anyway, so loud chewer.
Oh, you didn't mean the word female. You meant the other word.
No, I mean female. They use female a lot. A lot of people just use it, and it's just used in the wrong way.
Like she's a female, so she does
That,
this.
or they say, that female walked across the street. It's not that female walked across the street. It's that lady, because female is a gender and not a. I have to tell you.
Well, if they're trying to explain that it was a gender, a male,
Yeah, but
a female, and not a male.
It's in a not proper etiquette to say it that way. But because he always uses the female term in everything, and it's just like, quit using
Oh, so he uses it. He's more of a third person.
Yes, I guess.
He's generalizing.
I have to tell you what I'm talking about later because I can't explain it
Okay.
right now. I don't want nobody to come after me on this thing. Be telling about. So if he was a loud chewer for me, I would be annoyed. I would be so annoyed. Now I ain't gonna sit no separate dinner table, but I don't think I'd probably hang out with him much longer.
Right.
It
Like
drives me crazy.
it's like I can't go out to eat with you.
Yeah, and there's no need of me staying in this, and I probably can't say anything because you're gonna be offended because I say something. I would probably just be exited and left.
Right. Gotcha.
And that's something about me. I will dip. I will dip. Right. I don't have a problem with dipping. And here's one you might say, hold. Oh, here's one that, okay. You're dating someone new, and they still using their ex's Netflix accounts. Is that a green flag, red flag, or just funny?
Can I use it too? No.
When you come over here and bring that cold,
What we watching tonight? Girl, let me tell you something. The ex would get mad at me because I don't care. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't care about that.
I don't care about you somebody's Netflix. Now, what winds up happening to me is the ex is gonna turn this shit off because they gonna realize I've been using it, and they will know that I really don't care.
They will know. Oh, she turned it off. I guess that's time for me to get my own again.
They be like, I will use your Kroger's card, whatever.
My ex-husband, when we would go through the drive-through, people would try to flirt or whatever. I'm like, oh God, If you can get us something free, go and do what you got to do because you're here in the car with me in the drive-thru.
That's me.
Get us
What we
something
doing?
free.
I'm like, if you gonna bring somebody, you better bring somebody that's bringing something to the table. Like, what can she do? She's
Yes,
sweet,
yes,
clean.
yes,
Oh, she
yes.
got Netflix.
She have a way to get you another job. She got to wait in for you to get another job that's paying better. Okay, be friends
Okay.
with her. That's cool. And we talked about this before too, which is an ongoing conversation or ongoing conversation about male and female being males and females being friends. You know,
Right.
it's just yeah.
I'm just not bothered.
I'm not.
And I'm
Because I don't
not
want you to tell
bothered
me I
because
can't be friends with my friends, first of
right.
all.
And I've been friends with them longer than I've known you.
Yeah.
So that's been my thing.
Right.
I have male friends that I've known 50 years.
Yeah.
And I just met you this month. So you don't get to tell me
You don't
that
get
I
to
can't be friends with my male friends.
that.
And guess what? I'm not going to tell you not to be friends with your female friends, as long as they're not disrespectful.
That part. That exactly. Because even knowing people in your guys' situation, and then knowing someone like people in the entertainment industry, you have to know people. They're good, especially if they're attractive. People gonna come after them. People gonna, long as you still hold me down and make
Right.
sure that they don't be disrespectful to me. I'm good because I know that's what you got to do. You got to mingle. You got to talk to women. That's what be crazy to me. There'll be women that I know that are married or dating someone in the music industry, and they be crazy, like don't want you to talk to them, or they be so up on them when you coming, like they holding on to them for the girl. Don't nobody want him but you.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Because he smacks.
You keep the, and that's the thing too. You keep the smacking with you. I don't want it. I don't want to know anything else today.
And did you realize his pants are flooding? We don't want him.
And I'm gonna tell you what I say. My friends know I say it. If I wanted him, I would have already had him. You wouldn't have.
Right. That
I
part.
passed him by.
That part.
Keep that in mind.
That part.
Because he tried, trust and believe.
Mm-hmm.
But that really tickles me when people be like that. Like, and I guess I can't speak on men in this because I haven't had that experience, of course, with men. But I've had experiences from women who literally will hold their men to where they can't dance or they can't talk to you or they have an attitude with you or they hold on their men. I was working at the Red Rooster one night and I was working as a server. I used to tell them, I ain't no real server. I'm a fake server because they don't have no help. So I'm helping. So I ain't carrying no tray because I'm going to drop the glasses. But anyways, remember this couple. I remember it was 4 people in this booth, two couples. And I went over. I was very nice to me. She had asked me for a lemon, a lime, and something else, whatever it was. I forgot when I came back. And so they asked again. Girl, it was the 3rd time. I still forgot them. And I reminded them, I'm a fake server. Here your napkin, here your drink. I done forgot the damn lemon and the lime again. But anyway, when a man was pulling out a 20 to give me a tip, that woman reached over and put that hand right on back down. She did. So you know what I did? And let me let everybody know this happens. Don't be rude to your servers thinking that's gonna be something, especially if you're a drinker. Because I'm gonna go back to the bar like I did that night. So you know that one day was gonna give me a $20 tip, and she took it. She said, "Don't worry about it. They won't have no more strong drinks for the rest of the night."
Yep, you get weak ones.
You get weak ones.
Because it's $20 damn.
And I don't want him.
Right.
That $20 couldn't do nothing for me.
Yeah, no, I let my guy tip. He'll tip over to 20%. I don't care.
Because where he going?
With the waitress?
I rode with him. And then like in our dance community, oh my gosh, they have this thing to where, some of them have this thing to where you're not allowed to dance until you dance with me first. My thing about that is, what if I'm still putting on my shoes and a song you like, come on, you gotta just wait for me to put on my shoes? Goodbye, go dance. Or what if I don't feel like dancing?
Right.
Why I gotta punish him because I don't feel like dancing? You gotta wait to give me the first dance. I thought that was crazy. I mean, I get the concept, I guess, but I mean, is that respectful? Is that a respect? I don't know.
I
But
don't know.
I just can't. That's the only thing came to my mind. Well, what if I don't want to dance on that song? You want to dance too? And what if I want to wait a couple of songs and talk to people before I dance? Boy, go
Right.
on over there and dance. You'll be back.
Right.
And if you don't come back, guess what? You wasn't trying to be there. You weren't trying to come back.
Right. And I always say we're in Houston. It's about 4 million people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say half of them men, half of them women.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you tripping on 1 out of 2 million?
It's a bunch of them. I agree.
Why are you tripping off 1 and 2 million?
I agree. And I think I told you last week, oftentimes you and I, like we have men friends, platonic male friends.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that they tell us, trust and believe, I don't want them for the stuff I know about this dude.
Right.
I know I don't want your problems because you got something you just don't know about.
Right. I really, really don't want them.
I don't want none of them issues.
At
I don't
all.
want none of that
At
stuff you
all.
got.
At all.
Yeah. Because you got things to worry about. I don't.
Right.
But anyway, just say that. So that's the our episode tonight for Love Unscripted with Trina and Trish. Y'all remember to send us questions. I just pulled some up today from ChatGPT. Gave them kind of what I was wanting to do, what the questions I want to answer, and let them fix them. But it says, remember, love is not perfect, and neither are we. But when we talk about it, we grow. Make sure to follow us, share the show, and we'll see you next time for another round of real, raw, and definitely unscripted conversation. And matter of fact, we're going to try to find us a man, a guy, to come on with us next week.
Well, yeah, let's do that.
We need to find a guy.
We can do that.
We can.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to find somebody that's going to come.
You want a single guy?
Huh?
Would you like a single guy?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure we can find somebody.
Yep. All right, then. Bye, Trish. Oh, we were supposed to say it is what it is. We didn't say it is what it is. You was
it is what it is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So you go ahead and do what you're gonna do.
See y'all later.
All right. Good night.